Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. What are we going to do today? Well, we're going to have a look at the Natasha Cooper. The Natasha Cooper. She's just started a new channel, I believe, because she's been banned on YouTube multiple times. Do I have that right? Probably. I get a lot of things right, but you know, not necessarily. I could be wrong. But in any case, she's started a new channel, give or take, let's say 6 days ago. She's had quite the number of views for the last 6 days or so. And we're just going to pop in. What we're going to do, we're going to be incredibly clever. We're going to use a random generator, a random number generator. Look, we won't use this one, but we'll use this. We'll come back to this in a minute. We're going to use that, and we're going to decide 1, 2, perhaps 3 videos to check in, and we're going to drop in randomly at a certain point. And we're just going to try to get a feel for the type of content. We're not going to do an analysis. We're not going to pretend that we understand every last thing that's going on. We're just going to get a feel. We're going to see how many laughs there are, how many jollies, what uplifting information, what educational content is being provided. That kind of thing is what we're going to do. We're not going to pretend that we're not biased. We are biased. We all have biases, and I'm somewhat biased against Natasha Cooper. Here's one reason that I'm somewhat biased. Mandy C has done what I genuinely believe is a very nice video. Here it is. She did it about a year ago. I've even thumbs it up, look. And I'm not going to play the audio at this point. In fact, I'm not going to play any of it, other than to say there's 2 parts to this video. It goes on for 13 minutes. The first part is this guy called Rickey Stokes News, and let's get it straight. I'm not exactly supporting what he does, but it is very interesting. It's interesting that he felt the need to record himself walking into a Pizza Hut restaurant where seemingly he knew Natasha Cooper was. I don't know how he knew that. Perhaps he followed her. Perhaps there was some nefarious activities going on, which, again, I don't fully approve of. Well, I'm not fully aware of. But, he felt the need to go in and to confront Natasha Cooper in front of her family, which would be hugely embarrassing, I would imagine. And in front of other patrons, in front of the management and the employees within the sit-down Pizza Hut restaurant that we see her in here. And we can see, I think, we're not necessarily body language experts, but we can see she seems a little irritated by Rickey Stokes' presence and the fact that Rickey Stokes is asking awkward questions, which you can watch the video to understand what those questions are exactly. But if I recall correctly, it's basically, hey bitch, what did you do with the money that you stole? Pretty much. So, there are allegations which I'm not in a position to comment on in an overly educated way, but there's certainly allegations that she defrauded some people. Now, during the first part of the video, Natasha seems to confidently rebuke, I think is the right word, it may not be, rebuke this Rickey Stokes character by saying, hey buddy, a proper bona fide news organization is doing a piece on myself to defend myself because I'm a poor little woman who's been accused of fraudulent behavior when that's far from being the case. She says something along those lines. Lo and behold, there is an article that Mandy C goes through, and does it clear Natasha? Does it clear Natasha? Well, these ladies don't seem to think so. These are witnesses, and they seem to think that they're still owed money. So does this article really clear Natasha? I mean, have a look at Mandy's video there. Make up your own mind. Now, Mandy and Natasha were once friends. It seems like that perhaps is no longer the case. Of late, Mandy's published this video, created this piece of wonderful content, I'm sure. It's a masterpiece of art. Natasha Cooper's Despicable, Ugly, and Just Generally Awful Behavior, Part 1. There is a Part 2 in the works. They were once friends, not anymore seemingly, such as life. Don't cry, Natasha. Just because you lose a friend, don't cry. I'm sure you wouldn't do that for several hours on a live stream, would you? So look, we're going to have a look at the Natasha Cooper's channel. We're not going to pretend that we understand everything. We're not going to claim that we know whether or not such allegations about this, that, or the other are true. We don't. We're just going to get a little bit of a feel. So she has 14 videos on her channel. Did we count that? Well, I did before. Let's double check. Maybe this one's just been added. 4, 8, 12, 15. She's got 15 videos, right? So let's see which video we're going to look at. We're going to look at the 9th video and 4, 8, 9th. It's this one here. I actually did a random generator on this one a little while back, but I had to cancel it due to a technical error. So this one has 125, no, hang on, 1 hour, 25 minutes. So that's 85 minutes. So let's say the first, I'm going to say 20 minutes is a load of stuff and nonsense. We're going to ignore the first 20 minutes, you know. There's going to be an intro, and then there's going to be, hey there, this random person in chat. Hey there, this other random person in chat, and, you know, all of this kind of thing. So let's say that stuff and nonsense goes for 20 minutes. So we're going to skip that, but we're going to randomly choose a place to drop in for probably no more than a minute, give or take. The random generator has said number 24. So let's go to the 24th minute here. And again, we're not going to try to understand every last thing. We're just going to have get a bit of a feel, you know. Again, is this, does the content have an educational focus? Is it, you know, is it uplifting content? Is it negative content? Is it harsh content? Is it about negative things? You know, place your bets, please. Place your bets, please. We can see a snapshot here. I know a little bit about this story. Parker Beebs was friends with the Natasha Cooper, and now they're no longer friends. And oh no, I've lost a friend. Oh. Poor little Natasha. But let's pick up in the 24th minute and see what we learn. Bit of silence. Is there going to be any audio? What is going on? Let me check the audio. You know, I think. Oh. All right, we seem to. Oh, there's some crying going on in the 19th minute. Let's go back to the 24th. We just got silence, so we did have crying. Now we've got silence. And this is a very popular, very popular content creator. She's been going for 6 days. She's got 2,000 subs. I just heard another little clip. She said she got 500 subs in 2 hours. She's extremely popular, and why wouldn't she be? Or so far during this little exercise of 36 seconds or more, complete silence. Complete silence. I applaud the bravery of this content creator. This is like, who's that absurdist comedian that you guys used to have? The one that used to be on the TV show Taxi. I can't remember his name. But it's, I don't know. She's doing something Chaplin-esque here, perhaps. Remarkable. I applaud the artistry. A full minute of absolute silence. Wonderful. Tremendous. Who would have the balls to pull that off? Well, only the Natasha. Let's move on to another random selection. So we'll go back to which video shall we look at. So she's got 15 videos. That's right, isn't it? So we'll hit the generate button. We'll choose the video. We're going to go to the very first one. So let's have a look as to how many minutes are in the very first video. Not the very first. I mean the most recent. So 53 minutes in the most recent. STFU exclamation mark. Well, is that positive? Place your bets, guys. Place your bets. Is this an educational video? What's it about? Is it about art? Is it about philosophy, psychology? What's it about, guys? STFU exclamation mark. Let's go back to this. So we're going to randomly pick a minute, but again, we're going to skip the first little bit. This is a shorter video, so let's say we'll skip the first 15 minutes. Let's hope that she's not doing a minute silence or crying within those first 15 minutes like we just saw in the last little drop in. But here we go. Where are we going to land? We're going to land on the 35th minute. So let's go back to here. So that's, you know, a little over halfway, a little bit advanced in the video, so she'll be well underway. So this should be exciting, guys. Again, we're not going to try to understand every last thing of what she's talking about or the big history and blah blah. Let's get a bit of a feel, try to identify the richness of her content that she's about to deliver. Stay tuned.
Somebody sent me a screen recording of your dumb bitch ass.
Oh.
Ain't nobody cares about you, but you showed exactly who you are and what you worried about. Oh. You sit over there on your pissat channel with your damn voice that can't nobody stand to listen to, with Mandy and Ruth Ann in your chat. Ruth Ann saying she hopes my ex knocked my tooth out that's missing. And Mandy saying she wonders what happened to it. Well, Mandy, you dumb bitch. I'm 46 and I had a root canal 3 times. And I didn't want to spend any more money on the damn thing, so I had them pull it out. It's real simple.
It's real simple, Mandy.
Just call me a pirate. I have a partial that I don't wear because I don't like the way that it feels. And Mama Knows Miss over there tonight, shrieking on her little channel, talking about how she can't believe how people like me get so many people watching us, while people like her, the good people on their channels, the ones that actually have more.
I mean, look, that's a fraction over a minute and I can't bear it to listen anymore. What was that? It was insulting multiple people. It went into a childish voice at the end, if not before. Bitching and moaning. Is that a fair description of that minute that we chose at random there? Bitching and moaning at multiple people in a childish way, using a childish voice. Am I being accurate here, or am I just like completely riddled with bias? Am I just making things up? Is my interpretation entirely worthless? Or am I being a little bit accurate that she is just, during this randomly chosen minute here, just bitching and moaning? Do your 2,000 subs, they feel rewarded from your bitching and moaning? Do they? Is that what they tune in for? Your bitching, your moaning, your childish voices? Is that what they tune in for? Maybe they do, Natasha. I mean, who am I to tell you what to do with your channel? You're doing an amazing job. You got 2,000 subs in just 6 days. Tremendous. Let's have a look at another video. So we'll go to another video, or we could look at another minute within this one. Let's do that one first. 22. So we're going to go back a little bit. Maybe she only recently entered into that little childish tantrum. Maybe that was just a thing which occurred later in the show, later in the content, and perhaps not earlier. So hopefully this will be, a little bit more. I don't know. Is it going to be educational, artistic? Is it going to be fun, jolly, full of laughter, full of good spirits? Let's find out.
Slide. Because from the looks of that grease slide on your face, that's all that would have happened. He just slid off you, not in you.
Bit of silence. Don't panic. She knows what she's doing. Apparently she knows what she's doing. Come on, lady, spit it out. Natasha, I'm trying to entertain people here, and you're making it really fucking difficult.
Talk about my damn kids.
Alright, so we got another minute there, and, let me say it's a little bit more negative than I was hoping for. So it seemed like she started off insulting people, then there was a big, at least 20-second pause of absolute silence. Great content there, Natasha. And then she mentioned something about somebody or other attacking her children. Okay. Alright, so maybe I'm being a bit of a dickhead here. Maybe she's got every right to be silent and slag people off because other people have attacked her children. Maybe that's true. Maybe that isn't true. I don't know. I really don't know. But this is what you guys are tuning in for. Are you not? To hear about her problems, her children's problems, seemingly if I gather correctly, other people within the community are taking it upon themselves to harass her and her family. Is that a good thing? So if we expand the scope, if we look not just at this one video, not just at Natasha Cooper, the wonderful creator's full production, full content, but if we all, do a bit of a zoom out, as it were, and look at the community, is that a good community? Is that a positive community to be a part of, where members are attacking other members' children? I'd be thinking probably not. Now, in a second, we'll jump in to see another video. Let's try to find a cheery, uplifting video. I'm sure she's got plenty of them. But before we do, we'll just read this little part here, which seemingly appears in at least a couple of her videos. No one has permission to stream while live or afterwards any of the Natasha Cooper's content unless the Natasha Cooper has given written consent by email or text. My name and channel names are currently in the process of being trademarked. That's information we do not need to have. Once that is complete, anyone who uses my name as a hashtag or tags me in a video will be in breach of copyright terms and conditions. Is that true? Don't think so, unless written consent has been given by email or text. Look, you've probably identified the facetiousness in my tone. Why am I being facetious? Well, because that's fucking ridiculous. I think you're as aware as I am that the Natasha Cooper does not get to decide what the laws of the land, or indeed the world, declare. We have fair use. Copyright means such and such, whatever it means. I'm not a copyright lawyer. But we're quite aware that we are allowed to use hashtags of entities that are copyrighted. We're allowed to do that, the Natasha Cooper. Like freedom of speech, hello, and fair use policy. You don't get to tell anybody what they can or cannot do. You're not the law creator. That would be, in this case, I believe, it would be subject to the United States law, is my take on it. And YouTube have their own interpretation of that. I don't think, the Natasha, that you have any say in it whatsoever. And you're free to try to prove me wrong. You can do what your other cohorts or your Laurie life stories do. You can try to, your CJs, you can try to issue a copyright strike. You can try to do that. I mean, YouTube know a thing or two about this subject, a little bit more than you, I dare say. So, I'm quite confident that should you attempt to back up your weak bullying attempt, it's just not going to work. But feel free to give it a try, dear. Let's have a look at another video. Didn't we say she has 15 videos? Let's say this is going to be the last one, because we've gone for 18 minutes and you're bored already. But if you're not bored, let me know, and perhaps we can do this again with another content creator. Maybe Mandy C will be up next time, who knows. But we're going to have a look at video number 11, again randomly chosen, and then in a moment we shall pick the minute to start off with. Maybe we'll look at 2 or 3. We'll give her a chance. So far she's been dreadfully unlucky. None of it's been entertaining or enjoyable. It's all been negative. It's all been somewhat childish. There's been a fair amount of silence. There's been claims of jealousy and I don't know what, claims of having your family attacked. And I mean, come on, there's got to be something uplifting here, surely. So we're looking for video number 11. So 4, 8, 11. Here we go. So it's got 1 hour 34 minutes. So that's 94 minutes. But again, let's skip the first 20 minutes. So we won't include the first 20 minutes, but let's randomly generate, and we'll drop in for give or take 1 minute on the 60th minute here. Okay, 4, 8. There we go. Come on. So we're looking at the 60th minute. We're going to drop in. Do I sound like a magician? I kind of do, don't I? There we go. Let's have a look. Hate speech, free speech. Which do you support? Come on,
Dirty
guys.
Laundry's going, hell, he's going to make it to 2030. Yep, I'm pretty sure he's blocked till 2030.
What's the tone, guys? What is it? Should we do some analysis?
Hell, he's still getting timed out.
Is it a fun tone? Bit of silence once more. Nothing to worry about, guys. That's perfectly normal.
Peter said that was only 530 seconds. Yeah, Sherry, me too.
Laughter. Oh my gosh. What? There's a turn
Hell,
up.
poor old dirty laundry.
Laughter wasn't accompanied by
By
humor.
the time they're able to comment again, they're gonna be petrified.
But that's fine.
Y'all killing me with this stuff.
All right. Well, she's enjoying herself. Apparently, Chad is very entertaining. They're laughing at content within chat, which is always a good thing to see. I like to see that, but it's not something that I'm able to identify the humor within myself. It's all very much. I'm going to use the word incestuous. I could be using that incorrectly, but you know what I mean. It's like watching a soap opera. If you're in the know, if you're in there, perhaps you get an inkling. But if you're outside, you don't know what the fuck's going on. It's not really going to appeal to an outsider. And there's my verdict. But there is my verdict. I do not find this appealing. To me, as an outsider, just dropping in, dropping out, it's not appealing. There's a heck of a lot of silence going on. I mean, at least we did hear some laughter. We heard some laughter, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing, and hopefully there is plenty of laughter, even if it is something that I'm not able to laugh at myself. I'm not, I'm not in on the in jokes or what have you. But that's somewhat uplifting to see, I guess. But by and large, the other little clips we've seen have been pretty fucking negative. Let's be real, guys. Let's be real. It's not something that is enjoyable in my mind. Where's the relaxedness? There's a lot of emotion. I think if you were to carry on, if you were to apply the random generator yourself some more, you know what? Let's do it a little bit more. We'll check out another minute within this same video. I think you're going to see much more of the same. It's going to be, by and large, negative. By and large, just not a lot of fun. That's my take on it. And has that is that your take on it? You've gone on this journey, as have I. Has that been your take? Well, let's listen to this final minute, give or take. Finding it a little bit hard to get right to the beginning of the minute, but let's listen for a minute or so.
They were going to try to use the journal. Floral Gal, I'm getting back to me being on panel. I'm still gonna do panels occasionally, but I'm not gonna have people up on panel with me every night. Leanne, I haven't sent Lana anything.
I don't know, guys. Look, you can completely disagree with me. My feeling is there's nothing here other than drama, drama and heartache and negativity. There's nothing here. I mean, I could be wrong. There's been a chuckle. People in chat have had a chuckle too. So there seems to be some bright spots here and there. But by and large, I mean, there she is talking about the journal. I know a little bit about the journal story. The journal story is, as far as I understand, and apologies if this is in any way incorrect, but my understanding is that Natasha Cooper decided to have a chat with some people and post, I don't know what, screenshots or read through her own daughters or her adopted daughter or her own relatives, a child that is in her guardianship, diary, journal. You know, she read through her own child's journal. If that's wrong, it's slightly wrong, but it's not massively wrong. So she did that. And then someone from that so-called private chat leaked the information. There's a clue. People within this community leak information. And then that was leaked once more. And it was broadcast publicly. So you have a little child out there, Natasha Cooper's child, if I understand correctly, who's had her journal read out aloud. That's the topic of discussion within this live stream here, within this minute that we've just dipped into. It's not that positive, really, is it? It's not that uplifting. It's a bit of a downer, to be honest with you. I find it pretty depressing to hear stories like leading figures within the so-called crama community do these incredibly bad behavior, you know, read out journals of their own children. I mean, like, who the fuck would do that? Sure, these people are skilled in deflection, so the blame gets passed along. Not Natasha's fault, somebody else's fault. You know, these people are highly skilled in such things as deflection, so it gets to be somebody else's fault. And I believe that somebody else's granny's watching, who also passed the buck somewhat. Yeah, I mean, that may or may not be a fair comment, but, you know, it involved a third person, Lycan Legion, who did the reading out of the journal. I mean, I don't know. It's not a great reflection on the community, in my mind, and it's not a great reflection on Natasha's own experience within the community and what she's done. Again, we're dipping in randomly to points in her live streams, and where's the positivity been? We had a little bit of laughter, granted, but by and large we've had a lot of silence. We've had a lot of negativity. We've had claims of jealousy. We've had insults at this person. We've had childish voices at play. We're having talked about very bad behavior from herself and arguably others, or let's be honest, inarguably others. It's all very crappy, if you ask me, so it's not something I'm going to be checking into too much, but you can. I thought this was kind of a good idea, this whole random generator thing. It ought to give a bit of a fair, somewhat of a fair feel as to what's going on, but of course it's going to be through the lens of someone with their own bias, my own bias. But you know, you have as much opportunity to interpret what you heard as I did. Maybe you found that enjoyable, maybe you didn't. Maybe I'm a big meanie for attacking poor little the Natasha Cooper, and maybe that's just how it is. So I'm going to wrap things up there, and thank you.